one of the theme of today's program. And once again, I wholeheartedly thank all of you to be part of this seminar. Thank you so much. Over to Prashant.
Thank you, Uday sir, for your word of welcome. We are already still ticking in our participants, and we have just crossed the 100 mark. So my word of welcome also to the people who are just joined in. And I would take a little bit out of your time and just give you a glimpse of how Messer India operations and how do we really the structure looks like. And then I hand over you to Mr. Ravi Chandran. So just a little bit about Messer. We've just celebrated our 125 years of existence. It was a company formed in Germany almost 125 years back in the year 1898. Presently, the headquarters are in a place called Bansodan, which is near Frankfurt in Germany. And it started with a very small, humble acetylene lighter, 125 years old, and then the present day scenario. Mr. Stefan Messer is the gentleman who was heading, and now he has handed over his reins to his son, Mr. Marshall Messer, who is the present chairman of the group. And how does the group overall look like is, they are majorly available into gases. Unfortunately, not in India, but Messer gases are very popular across the globe in terms of Europe, now in North Americas, as well as China, Vietnam, and many Southeast Asian countries. They also have a group company called Spectron, which makes specialized gas control equipments. Then there is a company called as BIT, which is into the instrumentation. There is a carbon dioxide special gas company, and also there is a medical support, medical care company in Germany. And we all belong to the group, which is called as Messer Cutting Systems. Messer Cutting Systems have primarily two business verticals. One is the complete gas equipment range, where we talk of right from a hand cutting torch to flashback arresters, panels, and everything. And on the other side, it is the complete cutting machines thing. So this is how the group looks like. It has a long history. I told you that 1898 was the formation. Then there is, I will not run through all of those details, but you can see the different milestones which are on the part of Messer. And the journey then continues, right? It is also, Messer India operations and all. I'll just come to that, but you can just go through the history. One after the other milestones were achieved over a period of time, right? And the success story continues. Just a little bit about the global presence, how we are like, the major plant the mother plant comes in a place called Grosumstadt, which is in Germany. And then the second big plant comes in the place called Menomonee Falls, which is near Chicago in USA. There is also a Messer plant in the South American continent, Sao Paulo in Brazil, and in Kunshan in China. And our own Indian plant is in Coimbatore, the second largest city of Tamil Nadu. And we cover from Coimbatore complete SAARC countries, as well as 6 countries in Africa, and also the Middle East region, as far as the sales and services considered. This is another picture of the global, the presence, the network, but the only one-liner is we are present across the globe. 2008, Messer India started with a very small rented shade in Coimbatore, and then we moved on to a bigger shade in 2010. 2011, we were still in the same company, acquiring, taking a little bit more on rent. But 2013, we started our own unit, means the completely owned plant in Coimbatore in a place called as Malaimuchampatti. And subsequently, this plant also got expanded with a new unit in 2017, which we call as a laser plant. And this is how the Messer India, the plant looks like. I also take this opportunity for inviting all my customers from Middle East and India, that in case you can manage that, you can visit this plant, or in case you are there in Coimbatore for your some business meetings or anything, kindly keep half day reserved for Messer India and do connect to the Messer India marketing team. And we would like you to visit this plant and see the complete operations, quality management systems, and the complete setup, how this manufacturing of laser machines as well as plasma machines happen here. We also, as a part of Make in India movement, we also make gas equipments in this small plant in the corner that it has been provided, and then we are now exporting the gas equipment as well to Europe now. The laser machines manufactured in these plants have been exported. Almost 20 machines now have gone to Americas and Europe, major of them to Canada. So that's a little always a joy for us, made in India, exported to the developed nations. We have a complete, as you know, we are popular for the plasma machines, and these machines to support them always to be in the uptime for the customers. We have a wide network of sales and service team across India. So every remote corners or industrial towns, we have a service engineer who keep in any point of time, they keep in touch with the customers so that all the machine service requirement can be handled. And we have a complete design, R&D, sales, service, distribution, logistic, a complete 250 approximately employees in Messer India. I'm also privileged today to be joined by our Director Operations, Mr. Hariharan, and also our R&D head, Mr. David, who would be taking your queries once they come at the end of the program. And a little bit of housekeeping that you, anytime you feel that we have you have some queries, just keep texting it in the chat box. And at the end of the program, quickly, we will also unmute all the participants. So you can even orally, like through your mic, you can just unmute yourself and ask your queries. So whatever possible can be answered here itself. And if there are certain things which need to be replied in details, we would get back to you surely. I also request you that we are having a series of these programs, and we would be keeping you updated about all these programs in time to time. So be connected to our YouTube channel, also to our LinkedIn page, and keep updates about these knowledge sharing sessions, which will be coming over time and again. Right? Thank you. So this was from my side, and I request now Mr. Ravi Chandran, who is our senior product manager and heads our product engineering department, to please take us through the different technological aspects of the beveling to support doubling the productivity. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for joining.
Thanks, Prashant. Thanks for the wonderful opening you made. And let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible. Am I audible?
Yes, Ravi. We can see that.
Yeah. Welcome everybody. I'll take a bit of a education mode, like first telling you why we need beveling and how beveling has gone from a traditional way of production to automatic beveling situation. So why we need a bevel in the first hand. So bevel is needed for many reasons, like to create a better weld preparation, or else the equipment itself needs a bevel at the edge for safety reasons or for aesthetics or whatever reasons the equipment is designed for. So mainly for when you have welding, you have different types of bevels, like you want a V bevel, you want a Y bevel, you want a K bevel. All that thing amounts to getting a larger welding surface so that the welding is better and has stronger joints, welded joints. So also it helps to reduce the material use, filler material used during welding. So one is the strength, one is the process optimization, and welding becomes faster and it becomes defectless, and the welding also becomes stronger. This is in case of welding. And in case of edges which need a beveled edge to avoid accidents or scratches or for aesthetics. So that's how bevel is being created. And if you see, just to understand different types of weld joints. We have got 5 types of weld joints, and all these weld joints we have got. Just a moment. All these weld joints are much better when it's created with bevels. And here also with lap joints also you get bevels. And on edge joint also it's better when a bevel edge is there. And for T-joint also when a bevel is there. And for corner joint. So any welding, it is better to have a beveling edge. So how are we preparing the bevel? A traditional way. I'm not talking about the sophisticated way. In a traditional way, plates are cut using oxyfuel if it's a thicker plate, then plasma if it's up to 60 mm, 50 to 60 mm, then laser up to 25 to 30 mm. So these plates are cut and the edges are square. That's vertical cut, that what we call. And then they are taken to another work center wherein it can be, the bevel can be prepared by using a laser bevel guide or by an oxyfuel torch, again, a pug cutting machine, or you can do a manual oxyfuel beveling also with a oxyfuel torch, or else you can have bevel cutters like the bevel edge preparation cutters, wherein the cutter, you mean the material is scooped out using cutters on the edges, or by a simple grinding method, which is very crude. The angle of bevel is not maintained throughout. But when you use a bevel cutter and a plasma bevel guide or a pug machine with an oxyfuel, your bevel is as per the requirement, but the time taken to cut is also increased. And moreover, you have an additional operation rather than if you're cutting at the starting itself with a bevel. If you don't do it, you have a straight cut, and then you have a second process by wherein you have a bevel cutting. So this is the traditional way of bevel preparation, and this is how it is. Like when you cut, you have a nesting on a machine, and then the edges are cut with a straight edge, and then you don't immediately transfer to the next workstation. You have an intermediate storage, and then you have a next work center. It can be anything. It can be angle grinding or a bevel cutter or a oxyfuel, manual oxyfuel, or a pug machine, whatever it is. Then you have a second work center where the bevel cutting is actually done. So this is the traditional way. And when you use a bevel cutting machine, that is, you don't take it to the second operation. So on the primary machine itself, we have a bevel cutting machine. What happens? You actually cut the bevel immediately when you cut the straight edge. That's one thing. Sometimes if it's a V cut, you cut the V cut itself straight. So all materials, like all fabrication units which are fabricating above half an inch plate, thick plate, and on critical fabrications, they have to have a bevel preparation. So I would say 30 to 40% of all the material which is cut by either by plasma or oxyfuel or laser of a thickness of above 12 mm, they definitely need a bevel preparation. Okay, and generally these are created by secondary process like what I had explained earlier. So if we have a bevel cutting machine, so all that secondary process is avoided. Your productivity increases by around 30 to 40%. That's how we say double your productivity in those cases. And because you don't have a secondary operation, your time is saved, your production is increased, and the non-value added activities like storing, additional storage, intermediate storage for the straight cut place is not needed, and movement from the work center 1 to the storage and storage to the work center, next work center is not there. So all those non-value added activities go off, and thereby your productivity is increased, your cutting cost is reduced, and your manual labor involvement is also reduced. So that's the advantage of having a bevel cutting machine. So in Messer, we have a whole lineup of equipments, right from oxyfuel, plasma, and laser to do beveling. So I'm just showcasing you what all we have. So on the oxyfuel, we have a manual indexing oxyfuel on the torch itself, one. And then you have the beveling of oxyfuel torch, and then using triple bevel, that's using 3 bevels to cut a plate at one time. You can have X, Y, and K cuts, and a daffle, and the same triple bevel on an automatic version. So you can automatically define the angle, and the contours can be cut using that, wherein the whole bevel unit can rotate. So all this is possible in oxyfuel. And in plasma, we have right from the manual bevel for the axis on X and Y axis, where you just cut straight lines. And other things are delta E, skew delta, bevel R, bevel S, and skew infinity. These are all equipments, bevel equipments, which can cut between plus to minus 45 degrees and on the required contour in whatever way you want, as available in the nesting. Only thing is, all these equipments are available in different machines and capacities are different. So on the plasma, and we also have beveling on laser. We have named it Bevel U. So we on all the 3 thermal cutting process, we have bevel applications, equipments to cater to the bevel application. And what all types of bevel we can use? We can have straight cut, and we can have a V cut. Either it can be V up or down. It's VAS or VDS and VAS. And you have the Y cut. So the material is cut like this. So you can have an opposite material coming here for welding. This is YAS and this is YAS and the YDS, and X cut, where you don't have a land in between the both bevel edges, and you have the K cut, where you have a land in between the bevel, top bevel and the bottom bevel surface. So these are the types of bevels which are normally needed and which can be cut by the bevel equipments. And coming to the lineup, so I will just breeze through the different types of bevel equipments what we have, right from the ordinary bevel torch attachment to the sophisticated bevel cutting equipments. So the first one is we have a swiveling torch attachment, where you can see this attachment on the on our MS932, where it can be angled to along the X-axis, or it can be turned and pushed on the Y-axis. So you can cut a straight bevel or in an inclined direction also, but only in a straight line. So this is just for entry-level beveling equipment, which can be used in one of our torches called MS932. And the video is so the torch in the nozzle is replaced by a beveling attachment. And it can be rotated on the X and Y degree, and you can cut the bevel. And the next one is the manual indexing bevel, wherein you have only on the X-axis, you can do the beveling, wherein we have a scale on the torch mount. So the torch can be swivel, and both our MS932 and alpha torches can be adapted to this, and we can have a bevel cutting in the longitudinal axis. So these are available in all our legacy machines on OmniMat L, Mitalitherm Pro, Profitherm, and TerraBlade D. So this for the manual application, and this is another manual oxyfuel bevel, wherein the torch can be swiveled using a special attachment on the X and Y direction. That is, whatever you're seeing in the picture is on the beveling on the X direction, that's the longitudinal, and manually we can index the whole unit perpendicular to what is seen now, and we can do the beveling on Y direction also. And the bevel angle is from plus to minus 45 degrees, and this is available in all our machines. right from all the legacy machines from Multitherm Pro, Element, and OmniMat machines. So, and the next comes the manual oxyfuel triple bevel. This is having 3 torches. These are special torches, short torches, which are mounted on the unit and which can create a straight cut using one torch, or a K cut using 3 torches, or X cut we can use 2 torches. The only thing is we don't need to remove it. It's only on the ignition part of it. So you can cut, you can have a straight V, X, Y, and K cut also. And the cutting is done simultaneously as 3 torches are involved in the bevel process. And this is the angle and the distance between the torches are all manually set. And you can have strip cutting also. You can have cut 2 strips also when 3 torches are vertically straight, pointing downwards. And plus or minus 45 degrees, you can have the bevel cut. And the next one is the daffle, wherein the same thing what you've seen earlier is automized. Automized in the sense, the bevel angle can be programmed and contours can be cut. Earlier torches, bevel cutting equipments of the oxyfuel, whatever I've explained, are for straight cutting only. But this particular daffle torch has got the provision to cut along the contours. The thing is, the whole unit can rotate, so you can have a full circular cutting of bevel or any contour, whatever is needed. So you can get V, X, Y, and K cuts, similar to the other one also. But the maximum cutting thickness would be up to 45 mm. And this is available in our OmniMat L, which can go up to, say, around 10 meters width of track width also. So these are mostly these are used on windmill operations and for our shipbuilding operations. So this is just a information on the bevel angle, what can be cut, and the thickness, minimum thickness, what is available, 16 up to 45 you can have, and maximum bevel angle is up to 60 degrees. Whereas the other bevel units were up to only 45 degrees. So these are all about the oxyfuel bevel units. The next one is the plasma bevel units. Starting, I'll talk about the manual bevel, swivel bevel, wherein the torch is held on an equipment which can have a swiveling attachment of 45 degrees plus or minus. So this is applicable for having bevel only in the longitudinal and the transverse. That's the X and the Y direction. And it can have up to, you can go up to 45 degrees. So this is manually, you have to manually index the torch, move it, lock it up, and then do the cutting. So this is our plasma manual swivel bevel. And the automatic beveling is, we have got 4 types of automatic bevel units. One is the delta E, which can cut up to 45 plus 45 to minus 45 angle. And then this is not an infinite rotation. This has got a limitation wherein you can rotate the torch for 460 degrees. And again, it has to retract back. But that will not affect the cutting. This is a TCP bevel unit. And this can be used for plasma cutting application up to 800 amps. That's the USP of this unit. And then this is like plus or minus 45 degrees. And you can have a V, a Y, a X, and a K. So minimum thickness of plate, which is where a bevel is possible, is 10 mm in case of YDS, that's a Y angle. And then X bevel is where you have the bevel cut crossing at the middle of the plate. It minimum is 12 mm. And when you want to have a land in between the top and bottom, the minimum thickness of the plate is 16 mm. So if you can see, this is a full-fledged automatic bevel unit. So this works. There's no manual setting or manual guiding or manual locking on this unit. So it's straight away comes from the controller. It's being fully operated by the controller. Only thing is it can be used for bevel cutting applications using 800 amps. The same type of similar type of equipment. Only thing is the cabling management is different, and for bevel cutting application up to 400 amps, we have the skew delta, and the same. It can be rotated at up to 450 degrees, and it's a compact unit. You can have even a glare curtain so that the operator doesn't have the effect of looking at the plasma flame. So other than that, this is available in our OmniMat L, and this is actually a product designed in Germany, which we are manufacturing it over here, and it's available in OmniMat L. In similar way, the same cutting parameters of thickness for YDS and the X bevel and the K bevel remain the same as in the skew delta E. And the next is our bevel R. This is a lighter, compact bevel equipment, which can be available in all the high definition machines like OmniMat L, Multitherm Pro, and Element 400. And this, similar to that, C-axis rotation is 460, and you can have a bevel angle of 45 to plus 45, and it has an individual lifter for 260 mm. And the same way, since it's a compact and a overhang type of a thing, this is not a TCP bevel. It takes the machine movement also in synchronization to create the bevel activity. So this just to see, you have the rotary or B rotary axis of the torch and the A axis on the transverse plane, and these two axes in combination with the machine movement of the X and Y create the bevel cutting. So similarly, all the bevel cutting parameters remain same in terms of thickness. And then we have the bevel S. This was, I would say, a flagship beveling unit of plasma unit, wherein this has developed the latest developed bevel unit, taking the best practices of the skew delta and the delta E of the earlier versions, and it has a better cable management and better acceleration, and height sensing is better. And one important thing in this bevel unit is we have the sure stop, where if there's a hit of the torch on the workpiece, the torch shifts off, but immediately it can be located at that place with a simple manual movement. And it's available in Element 400 and Element L. And this is a picture wherein you have two axes on the bevel with a rotary unit. So that this is a TCP where the machine movement is not included when you want to have a bevel, unlike the bevel R. So all the bevel parameters remain the same as the previous ones. And this is a video to showcase how it's operating. So you can see the contours can be well cut with a bevel. So this is available in OmniMat. It's available in our latest generation machine called Element 400. And this is equipped with a TC3 so that the non-value added movements are faster in this equipment. Next one is the skew infinity, wherein earlier we were always talking about a rotation angle of 450 to 460 degrees. So when a bevel unit cuts, it has to go through that C3. If you want to cut a 360, you have an excess angle of say around 50 degrees on both sides, but still it has to return back to its home position to cut the next circle. But this skew infinity doesn't have that limitation. We call it infinity because you can rotate it in an infinite way, and the unit need not retract back. So what happens is you don't lose time for the unit to retract back to its home position. Apart from that, the same thing, like bevel angle can be from 45 to plus 50 degrees and unlimited C-axis rotation. So when you don't have the limitation of the torch coming back to its home position, you don't lose time. So this reduces the cycle time of cutting. So this is available in our OmniMat L. Again, to say OmniMat L, you can have it up to 10 meters width. Skew infinity, the same thing. And the cutting parameters remain the same in terms of thickness. Then laser bevel. This is like we are the only company in India who can offer in the sense made in India, like who can offer a laser beveling as of now. So this has got a B and A axis, which rotates along the longitudinal and the transverse direction to create the bevel. You can have a contour cutting, bevel contour cutting. And again, the angle is between plus or minus 45 degrees. And this can be used with the laser power of 6 kilowatt and above, because that's the minimum power you need to cut have for a 25 mm cutting. So this is available in Element 400 and Element L. So this is a video to show how the laser bevel is used. Here we are cutting a wide bevel, so a straight cut has been already made and the bevel portion is being cut. So this is lineup what we have. So we have a whole range of beveling equipment for the oxyfill, plasma, and laser application. And to just show a gamut of these bevel units with the compatibility of our machines. So we have a whole range of machines where TerraBlade, Profitherm, Multitherm, OmniMat, and Element 400, wherein OmniMat and Element 400 are machines where laser can be used, and all the other machines are all plasma and oxyfuel machines. And OmniMat also is, all the machines are for oxyfuel and plasma, and to go back on my words, in which OmniMat and Element can be equipped with laser also. So this is like manual MS932 can be available with all the machines, whereas manual soil bevel can be can be added in these machines, and the whole operations like Bevel R can be added in Multitherm Pro, OmniMat, and Element. On Element, this is the state-of-art machine which has been introduced in late 2020s. We have the latest bevels like Bevel R, Bevel S, and Bevel U. So now to go back to the earlier slide where I was showcasing that the traditional way of cutting was cutting a plate for a vertical edge, square edge, and then creating the bevel by a secondary operation. Now is the time where we can embrace the new technology by using the bevel units, either be it's a plasma or a oxyfuel or a laser also. Thereby, we can reduce your process time by around 40%, and cost is at least reduced by around 30%. And not to say your asset also, you are not duplicating your assets, more assets for creating a bevel edge. And earlier it was like this, wherein a traditional flow will have a nesting where straight cut edges were cut, and then bevel cut in the second work center. Now in the single work center, the beveling is cut straight away, right from the plate itself, so that your productivity is increased, your process cost is reduced, your dependency on manpower is reduced, and your handling equipment and assets also, there's a reduction in dependency. So this is just to show you the gamut of machines. Like we have the Smart Blade, TerraBlade, Profitherm, Multitherm Pro, all oxyfuel plasma machines. And these three machines, OmniMat L and Element 400, are oxyfuel and plasma, as well as laser also can be used in these machines. So this is just to say that here in these two machines, we have the simple bevel attachment for oxyfuel. In Multitherm Pro, apart from the oxyfuel, we have got the Bevel R, where you can cut the contours using plasma. In OmniMat L, you have the Daffel on oxyfuel cutting off oxyfuel beveling on contour, as well as the Bevel R and Bevel S. And Element 400, we have got the Bevel R, the non-TCP type of bevel unit, and the Bevel S, which is the TCP type of bevel unit, and the Bevel U is the laser bevel unit. So I think I just breezed through, not much in detail, and I would ask Mr. Janak, our Director of Sales, to take us through the application part of the bevel cutting. Over to you, Janak.
Thank you, Ravi. Giving the brief introduction about the bevel cutting tools, whatever we available. Now, first of all, thank you and welcome all of my esteemed customers who are joined from all over the India and also on the Middle East. I will run through what are the practical application available in the case of the bevel application. It's very important to know. As Ravi mentioned, that when you do the bevel, then is accuracy level, demand of accuracy level is very high, and the tool what we use, it should perform in that direction. If you are not getting the enough accuracy while performing the bevel, then it will be not used for the automation application like a welding, automated welding or robot welding. So it's very important. And since this is not a contact cutting, the plate is not cut by the contact process. It's by the thermal process, by either is oxyfuel, laser or plasma. These are the non-contact cuttings. So tools and the machine response time is very important to get the accuracy and dimension of the parts. That is where we Messer play the important role, and we over the period of time we try to improve the productivity by providing the good accuracy cut part in case of the bevel, so you can use these parts for the further process with the automatic process like old welding automation or robotic, as I said. With this, I will go through the some industry uses for the bevels. This coming, as I said, plasma, laser, and oxyfuel. Primarily, plasma bevels used in the railways, heavy fabrications like where the people use the high thickness, maybe 30 40 apart from the yellow goods, that is all yellow goods like a JCB, Hyundai, Sany Electric, Sany heavy engineers, all these people, there is a very good application. Then PEB manufacturers, of course, CPRs, boiler and construction and mining equipment. These are the industry where the mostly plasma bevels applications are widely used worldwide, and slowly in India people started using this one. Earlier,
Janak, are you
Janak, your
sharing
screen
your...
is not shared. Maybe you can share the screen.
Now it's available?
Yes, Janak.
Yeah. Okay. So
but I think you are sharing the wrong screen.
Yes. Now.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
So I was talking about the construction and mining equipment where the plasma bevel applications are widely used worldwide, and slowly it's getting used in India also. Earlier, any bevel equipment, automatic bevel equipment was very costly and very capital investment was very. For the period of time, it's reduced drastically. If you compare today's bevel application machines, it's almost half price of maybe around 2010 or 2015, and that is the reason small fabricator or vendor of the big company started using in the plasma application also. Apart from this one, we have a laser. They mostly used in the industry like railway, again heavy fabrication, yellow goods, PEB, shipyard, and construction and mining equipment. Laser mostly used below 20 mm where the bevel is required mostly in V cuts, where then you don't require the root face. That is mostly used people in a laser application with bevel. And finally, windmill and boiler and pressure vessels where the thickness is sometimes more than 30 mm, 40 mm, 50 mm. And with the mild steel, people use the oxyfuel bevel. So these are the three process: plasma, laser, and oxyfuel. People use in various industries, as I mentioned. To give you the example of this one, this is one customer called Mega Servo. They are in somewhere near in Hyderabad. They are using our plasma bevel for their railway equipment. This customer is the railway manufacturer equipment, and they are using with plasma bevel 300 mm plasma power source with bevel R. That is a fully automatic beveling tool. Go to the next. This is the metalonics. Again, you can see the right hand side the cutting components where the inside the job the circle is cut with the 45-degree with some root face around 2 mm. You can easily get it, and outer portion is only the V cut. So this kind of component can be cut with the bevel R with Multi-Thumb Pro application. Multi-Thumb Pro with bevel R. This is customer located in Metalonics, and that is in Punjab area. Again, this is the latest one. As Ravi was informing, latest machine we call is Element with 50-meter speed and with the Bevel S, that is a TCP in TCP tools. And this particular application we are demonstrating the yellow good application where the people customer is using with the Y cut. You can see that Y with the root face of around 2 mm, 3 mm. You can easily see in the middle of the photograph. Apart from this one, is the bevel is in contour, and also the some typical shape of the bevel application where the different part of the job is having the different bevel angles, which can be done automatically. Apart from this, when you use the tool bevel tool on your plasma machine, very important one advantage of, a lot of people forget it. Any plasma cutting, straight cutting, you will have a taper. And by putting the bevel tool, that taper can be eliminated. You can cut the plasma parts in case of the straight cutting with almost zero taper, because in bevel tools, we have a facility that may automatically compensate that 1 or 2 degree plasma application limitation angle in reverse direction. So this is one of the advantages even in straight cutting, straight profile cutting, when you have a bevel tool available in your plasma machine. So it's very important, important tool. With it can be improve your quality of the cut without taper, with almost zero taper. This is another example. It's a Thermex 360. We installed this particular machine around 4 years back, and this also with the 400 ampere plasma power source, that is hyperthumb. And you can see the right hand side. This is some component with the V cut, with the Y cut, and with the root face around say 6 mm, 4 mm, depend on the customer requirement. And some job is a 50 mm with the 4 mm root face. This machine length is around say 40 meter and width around 6 meter. This is another one. Recently, around 2 years back, we installed it. Meenakshi Metal. They are the job work or vendor of the big companies like a Placer, or also the vendor of the railways. They are doing a lot of jobs for the railways. We installed the Delta SQ again with the OmniMate machine, and this also with the 400 ampere. You can see that this machine can pierce up to 50 mm and do the bevel any job up to 50 mm mild steel SS or aluminum kind of plates. This is the OmniMate again with the Skew Delta and Kilbuck power source called iFocus 360. This company located some in Baroda. This track laying equipment company called Placer basically is a multinational origin from Austria, and these people are started using the bevel machine is with the 360i. They are doing 16 mm, 20 mm bevel with the root face around 2 mm, 3 mm throughout the in profile, and mostly they use this component to manufacture the rail laying machine, rail track laying the machine, which they are supplying to the Indian railways. So this is very important, and accuracy for this kind of job is very high. So they require consistency 2 mm root face, which our machine can easily give in case of the plasma machines. This is another one, any shipbuilding. Shipbuilding is very typical application where normally we provide the two bevel tool. Reason behind that, any shipbuilding manufacturer required the two type of mirror image kind of components. So because in the left hand side of ship, right hand side of ship, they require mirror image, and because of that we normally provide this kind of machine with the two bevel tool, and this machine can do the mirror image cutting. That means this right hand side can cut one component, and left side tool can cut exactly the mirror image of that component, and which can be used on both the side of the ship. So this will increase the productivity, and both tool can do the simultaneously together. Normally, this kind of machine have a very wide width. We are 8 meter, 10 meter, depend on the customer requirement, because normally plate size in shipbuilding is around 4 meter, 4.5 meter. So we provide around 11 meter width machines, and length around 40 meter, where they can keep the 12 meter or 16 meter plate simultaneously parallel together. So this is very typical application where the people can do the mirror imaging together in case of the bevel, with the bevel application. Recently, we have also supplied the Cochin Hooghly shipyard similar kind of machines to manufacture the shipbuilding ship activity in Hooghly, Kolkata. This another one. This is the again yellow goods supplier, construction equipment manufacturer, or say it's a vendor of a construction. Lee Boy or Komatsu's vendor, and they have a big workshop in Chennai area, and we supplied one bevel machine for their applications with the 300 ampere plasma power source and with the delta E kind of skew rotators. Yeah. This is the Cochin shipyard. Again, I said this is a very skew infinity. This we supply somewhere around 2000, 2001, and we retrofitted with the latest plasma power source in somewhere in 2016. and still in working condition. They use continuously 24/7. And they are doing only the bevel application job. And this machine, after that also they procure similar kind of machines in 2006 or 2007 with the bevel facility. And again, this infinity, skew infinity, that means infinity rotator, and it can cut the around say 50 mm thickness of material. This is MTech Rajpura. We supplied this machine in 2008 or 9 for the railway coach manufacturer. You can see this bogie component below the next welded component, and also the cut components in above. This is the available. This machine is in Punjab area with a high focus 400 XD. This is the L&T Kachipuram, where we supply the bevel unit with the one infinity rotator that is around 2006 and still is in working condition. These are the few Defel application, and as I said, mostly the windmill manufacturer, they use the Defel. This is the fully automatic bevel equipment in case of the oxyfuel process, and where the 3 torches used together, and all the 3 torches is motorized. You can change the position as per your requirement through the program. You need not to change anything manually while cutting. You can define your angle as per the job requirement. One side is 35 mm, next side, and the other side is 45 mm. Tool automatically set while cutting this particular angle, and these 3 torches have also lateral movement. So anything automatically switch off, automatically on, everything will be together along with the cutting process. You need not to stop the machine and set the angle for the other profile or say other part of the profile. This is the fully automatic machine. You can define every angle and every angle, and also the root face in your nesting program. So this is fully automatic, as I said, and this we supply. This is mostly in the windmill tower manufacturer, tabular tower, starting with the first was the Suzlon, of course, then Inox Wind in Gujarat plant, Inox Wind in Madhya Pradesh plant, then Windar, Anand Engineering, that is way back on 2008. Apart from this one, earlier it was available in Global Wind in Silvassa. So, and also the lot of one windmill vendor also having this kind of application. Still, people who wants to cut with the tabular tower, they go for this kind of application that is called Defel. With this, I will complete my presentation. If you have any query, please write to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janak, for the wonderful application that you have shown us. And in fact, you have made it exactly in time. So we are at 4 o'clock, but we would extend a little bit for answering the queries. So I request you, Janak, that you can just go through the chat box, and then few of the answers you have already replied, but just for the sake of the benefit of other people, you can reply them few of more. And also that we are now unmuting all the participants, and anybody who still has some query on this can please unmute himself, introduce himself, from your good name, the company that you come from, location, and then you can ask your question as well. So unmute. We're just trying to unmute everyone. Okay, so sir, now you have to just press the mic button on the top of your screen, and you can please.
Sir, good afternoon.
Very good afternoon to you.
Sir, this is Jairam from Steel One Ranipet.
Yes, Jairam sir.
Sir, I have one doubt. For leveling in oxyfuel in 12-meter plate, I am going to bevel. During leveling, the second part will affect.
Sir, what kind of bevel you want to do it, sir?
For example, the 30-degree leveling in circle.
Okay, 30-degree in circle, because you do, I think if you know, you don't have a bevel machine there, right, sir?
Yes, yes.
Oxyfuel, right? Yeah.
Yes,
so you
yes,
require fully
oxyfuel.
automatic in circle. You require fully automatic bevel
Yes,
machine.
sir.
Yeah, Defel. So Defel,
Yes,
you
sir,
can
yes.
do the 16 mm is possible. V cut is easily done. If you want to do the Y cut, then oxyfuel little bit difficult. How much root face you want to keep, that's important. 16 mm V cut can be done with the Defel, sir. Circle.
Sir, how it is, one part is beveling, another part is normal straight cutting. Is there anything affect the dimension in other part?
No, sir, no. Because sir, what happened? Bevel is very important. The accuracy of the machine and how machine's feedback system works in bevel machine, and that is where the quality of machines comes into the picture. Because, for example, if you have a say 10 meter or say 5 meter length plate, you want to do the bevel, right? And your plate normally you have to keep 0-0 balance. That means there should be no up and down in the plate. And when you cut from one place to say 3 meter continuously with the bevel root face of 2 mm, any change of height immediately impact on that root face. So immediately your height control system should respond very fast in case of any unevenness of the plate, and that is where the quality of equipment comes into the picture to maintain that root face continuously 2 mm or plus minus 2 mm, 0.2, 0.3 kind of things. So your height control system in bevel machines play a very important role when you cut the big part, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. Small part demo it looks very good, but when it comes to the big part, then it's a real test of the machine comes in picture.
Okay, sir, thanks.
Yeah,
And
right.
for manual beveling, beveling, what is the minimum degree can adjust?
Minimum you can
What is the
adjust
degree?
anything. In case of the oxyfuel, you can adjust anything, sir. 1 degree to, because it's a simple oxyfuel torch, manual bevel. You can start, adjusting 1 degree, 2 degree, 5 degree. I think given minimum scale is 1 degree or 2 degree. So that much also you can adjust it, not an issue for manual bevel.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thanks.
Right, sir. Janak, there is a question, Ravi, Janak, and team, David, sir, whether bevel tool can fix on a Messer 3015. So I think they are Mr. Rajesh is referring to a laser cutting machine, maybe a fiber blade 3015, and what will be the minimum and maximum thickness. Mr. Rajesh, if you can unmute yourself and post your question, that would be a little better. Are you talking of laser?
Good evening, all of you. This is Rajesh from Indiana Grading. The plant is situated in Jejuri near Pune.
Yes, sir.
So we know you, sir.
Very well, sir. Thank you.
So we are having the laser machine of 3015, which is having the straight torch existing. So whether
beveling is Mr. Rajesh, like the standard machines, beveling is not possible, but the laser beveling is possible on our element machine, which is the gantry type machine.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, sir. And Janak, there is a question from solution for portable manual plasma cutting beveling of SS on trolley and nozzle circle opening on shell. So Mr. Devang again. So
yes,
Mr.
we can do that. Yeah, we have some manual plasma with the circle attachment as available with us. We can provide that. We will send you the details, sir. It's easily available. You can do the circle, you can do the X and Y, where you have to use the trolley with the manual plasma torch. Okay, we can put it and cut it in X and Y. Yes, it is available, sir.
Videoing. Janak, Mr. Digambar Chaudhary would like to see a video of oxyfuel 3, with 3 bevels.
You want to say
I replied actually oxyfuel with the 3 bevels. Particularly when we talk about the 3 bevel, I think he's talking about the 3 automatic bevels. The default 3 bevel normally is difficult to handle. We have a video of the 2 bevels. So 2 bevel photo and video we have with the 2 bevel attachment, but 3 we don't have a video for 3 bevels together.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Any more questions? There is a new query. Okay, already replied. So you, anyone, you can just click your mic button and please post your query. I hope the technical presentation and the application details were little useful. What cutting edge plasma technologies are integrated into Messer CNC bevel machines to achieve faster piercing times? Mr. Adil is asking this question. Jenna, you are a little freezed, so I mean, okay, now it's on. Maybe Mr. Adil, can you unmute and ask this question because it's the text is not totally
clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, Miss. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, very well now.
Yeah, my question is what cutting edge plasma technology is integrated into Messer CNC machines, supposed to achieve faster piercing times and improve edge quality and leading to increased cutting speeds and the productivity.
So 2 things is very important. As we introduced, we were having some infinity skew rotator, delta skew rotator, and then now the bevel S also come, and that is the bevel tool. And the plasma, we are using the Kilburg or Hyperthum plasma power source. If you see the latest power source called from Hyperthum, say XPR or Q3000 from Kilburg, these are the plasma power source. When we integrate our latest bevel tool like bevel S, that piercing comes from the plasma. So they have improved piercing and improved the cutting quality and the speed. So when you integrate with the good quality of tool, definitely you will get the good quality bevel cutting components. And we know, sometime earlier when you do the piercing, at that time you had some defect there, when do piercing. We try to minimize, it cannot be avoided 100% because as I said, it's not a contact cutting, it's a thermal cutting process where the arc play important role. So we try to control the arc sometimes with the various means like electronics or gas airflow, gas supplies and everything, and try to minimize that impact while the piercing at the corner, but it cannot be eliminated 100%. But latest one, I think I have not seen, we will send you some photographs with the good quality cutting also come with the Bevel S and XPR 300 plasma power source, yes.
Okay, and one more thing, sir. How does Messer CNC bevel technology design supposed to enhance reliability and reduce maintenance requirements and increase the uptime, ultimately like boosting productivity?
Yes. Sir, what happened if you see our earlier product? Actually, okay, David, my R&D head also is there, but I will answer later. And second, he may also add something in there. The important thing, cable management, when you do the bevel with the plasma particularly, you have a plasma torch with a lot of gases, and the cable management play a very important role when you move the entire thing with 360 degree, 420 degree or something like that. And that we try to improve over the period of time. Earlier was the delta E, infinity, and now the bevel S. So with that, I think we are getting the good result and very low maintenance. That is what I can say. David, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly as you said. The bevel tools over a period of time has been improved from model to model, and with the new plasma systems like Q series and XPR, the cables are very important to manage while the angle cutting is being taken. So the cable carrier has been selected in such a way there is no load to either the plasma hose or the cables. So by doing that, the cable management is taken care, and then the twisting moment is taken care, and the bearing what we use on the center. So this is the technology we use to control the cable twisting and hose twisting, by which we can able to get consistently improved performance.
Okay. And sir, last question, nowadays energy efficiency is the main factor everywhere in the world. So how has energy efficiency been optimized in the Messer plasma beveling cutting machines while maintaining high cutting speeds?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Sir, I think we can hear you. And Ravi and David, I think sir's question is in terms of efficiencies of the machine, because energy
efficiency.
Yeah, energy
So
efficiency.
the energy efficiency of the CNC cutting machine comes from the drive, the motor and the gearbox and the drive, whatever we use. So we use a reputed supplier item, so that you will not lose energy during running. And also we have sufficient backup power available in the motor, so that running power is always less compared to other machines.
Sir, I want to add this one. Sir, I want to add one point in this one. If you see our conventional machine around say 12 years, all PCBs, big relays, kind of things. And if you see now our machine, everything on digital IOs. Mostly we use IOs, contact-free contacts, try to simulate everything via software. So hardware component has reduced a lot over the period of time. And that is one of the reasons bevel machine equipment costs and prices come down heavily for last 10 years. Today is easily affordable. If you go back around 2000, before 2010, it was very costly. So all these things, improve the cutting quality, improve the cut management, improve the the energy saving components like all digital IOs, and also the Ethernet communication is improved a lot. And also entire feedback systems. Yeah.
Yeah. In our latest machine, we use TwinCAT 3, the latest operating system from the supplier. So which performs the coding more than 20 times faster than the previous previous system. So that gives a synchronized movement, especially during the bevel cutting, which reduces the energy consumption, and also your part accuracy improves.
Okay. Can I ask one more last question, sir, if it's possible?
Yes, Mr. Jacob.
Hello?
Can you just repost your question?
Yeah, can I ask one more question, sir?
Yeah, please. And I also request you to please text your email in the group, so that what we will do is we'll also send you a lot of details in terms of your questions associated.
I will do.
Yeah. You can please post your question.
Yeah. How does Messer CNC machine bevel technology address thermal distortion concerns, like through adaptive control mechanism and active cooling systems, ensuring the greater dimensional accuracy?
Okay, Janak, this is related to the thermal, Janak and David, this is related to the thermal distortion that sir is asking about. How do we limit that?
Thermal distortion on the cutting process, or all the components we use in the system or in the tool is protected with all the protecting covers and then shields, so that the heat is not transferred to the important functional components like bearings and other things. So apart from that, the torch.
I think sir is maybe more interested on the thermal distortions on the component, right?
So that is altogether different.
As suppose it directly impacting the productivity of downstream process and assembly.
Hello.
Yeah.
David, the question was on the distortion of the jobs being cut.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Sir, David, sir. He is referring to the cut parts. Like, how do we limit the distortions that would happen during these process?
That again depends on the type of material and the machine we protect. The moving parts, to avoid the heat transfer and then performance deterioration happening, we avoid. But on the cut jobs, I have no answer for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a
Janak,
cut job,
carry on.
yeah, what happens, sir, when you see the, for example, say you have a nesting program, and if your component is very small and your thickness is very high, sometimes we have to re-nest your program, piercing in one side, the second job go to the next bit, little bit far away from this one in case of the oxy fuel. That kind of we do it, then we minimize it, depend after seeing your nesting plan or that can be done, sir. That can be minimized. We can sequence it, cutting. We can do the cutting sequence in nesting plan, so it can be easily minimize it. We cannot 100% avoid it, but we can minimize it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I request some customers
Lot of
who
noise,
can
but,
keep themselves muted. In case when you ask your question, only ask the question and again mute yourself for the benefit of the other participant. We have another question, please.
Hello.
Yeah, please, sir.
Hello. Sir, Tamil language available.
Sir, our plant itself is in Tamil Nadu. What I suggest is Mr. Ravi Chandran and Mr. David speaks very good Tamil. So I request you to please send your small email on the same email address, and lot of information we can share wherever Tamil is available. Otherwise, our application team will call you and explain all your queries in Tamil. No problem, sir.
Let him ask the question.
Okay. Sir, if you can ask the question in Tamil, no problem. We have people here, right?
Sir, நீங்க தமிழ்ல பேசலாம். நீங்க கேளுங்க சார்.
சார், இப்போ நம்ம மிஷின் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா காம்கட் ஐ மாடலுங்க, ஃப்ளேம் கட்டிங் மிஷின் வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம்.
சரிங்க சார்.
ஹலோ சார், ஆல்பா டார்ச்ல வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேங்க. இப்ப வந்து பவல் கட்டிங் எப்படி எடுத்துட்டு இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, அதுல எக்ஸ் அண்ட் ஒய் ஆக்சிஸ்க்கு வந்து மேனுவல் மூவ்மெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். மேனுவலா மூவ் பண்ணிட்டு என்ன ஆங்கிள் வேணுமோ அந்த ஆங்கிள் செட் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம கட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோங்க. இப்ப என்ன இஷ்யூ ஆகுதுன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் போர்ஷனுக்கு ஓகே, எக்ஸ் அண்ட் ஒய் கட்டிங் பண்றதுக்கு ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் லைன் போர்ஷன் ஓகே, கட்டிங் பண்ணிக்கலாங்க. இதே வந்து ஒரு டயா கட்டிங் பண்ணணும், ஒரு ரவுண்ட்ல வந்து ப்ரொஃபைல் வந்து கட்டிங் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா என்ன மாதிரி டூல் யூஸ் பண்ணலாங்க? அடிஷனலா ஏதாவது அதுல யூஸ் பண்ண முடியுமா?
இல்லைங்க சார், காம்கட்ல வந்து அந்த ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் கட்டிங் மட்டும் தான் பண்ண முடியும் சார். நீங்க கர்வோ இல்ல சர்க்குலா பண்ணணும்னா எங்க மல்டிதம் ப்ரோ, அட்லீஸ்ட் மல்டிதம் ப்ரோல வந்து ஒரு பிளாஸ்மா யூஸ் பண்ணி பண்ணலாம் சார்.
ஓகேங்க.
Right. Thank you. I hope we have please the next question. Okay, so I think we have answered many of the queries. Plus, we are also joined by Mr. Narayan Mani, our managing director who operates from our plant in Coimbatore. So I request Mr. Mani to just 2 words and make you available of the program, and we try to give. Okay, we still have a question from Mr. Manik. Let me just go to the chat box. Okay, our guest Manik, he's an important guest for us because he generally is available in many of our training programs or sharing sessions. Thank you. Can you offer hybrid operations like cut large pocket by plasma or oxy and then mill the thermal affected zone by milling using drilling spindle? This will avoid additional milling operations. If we can get this, or otherwise I request Manik ji to please unmute and maybe you can post it a little.
Sir, if I were to answer this question, like we have a product called Plamill, which is a plate processing machine where you can cut using plasma, and there you can drill, mill, and also do tapping. That's possible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Can we do it in a
single
program?
Yes, you can do it in a single program up to a maximum thickness of 40 mm.
Yeah. Okay. Manik sir, can you, which company do you come from? You can send us the email address so that we can also send you some more information and links of the videos and other things.
Sure.
Kindly introduce yourself.
We work for BBM Heavy Machinery, which is close to Vivendi. We have a Messer cutting machine.
Oh, thank you.
There we do build equipments for SMS Group and Primetal CSA for steel
So
plant
what is your
equipment.
company name? What is your company name?
BBM HM Machinery.
Okay, BBM. Okay, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
BBM HM Machinery. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for attending. Did your question get answered, or you want some more details from Mr. Ravi?
No, it's answered. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And now over to Mr. Ravi. Over to Mr. Mani, our Managing Director at Messer Cutting Systems India, for his few words for our customers.
Good evening, everybody. For my word of thanks to all of you for having joined this seminar, taking valuable time from your busy schedule. We have been trying our level best to educate our customers in India and Middle East about the prowess of our company in terms of bevel application and also the benefits this product can bring it to you. It has been a little slow in terms of this beveling getting adopted in our country, like many other products. But we are trying our level best to continuously doing this seminars. I don't know how many of the program we are doing now, connecting to people. So if any of you are having, I think most of the fabrication industries who are having welding, definitely there is a beveling application available. And they give us an opportunity to study your application and then make a proposal to you. And I'm only asking you to consider if you find an ROI, a benefit available to you. So any beveling application benefit will immediately come if your beveling requirements are more than 70% of the jobs being cut by you. Then you can immediately jump into beveling. And in case if it is less than the 70% range of jobs being beveled, then obviously you can invite one of our technicians to come and study your jobs, and then so that we can make a proposal whether it makes sense for you to have a beveling solution or not. Also that, we are having beveling option available, as Ravi shown, from a single touch manually adjusted beveling application to a fully automated application, which you have seen today. So we have been selling many different versions of products, and we ourselves realized that by having different versions of beveling application, there can be confusions in the market. So last 1.5 to 2 years time, we did a lot of work in consolidating all our beveling options available across the world. And then we brought it into the 3 major, plasma application related beveling solutions. Apart from that, we have a series of beveling solutions available for oxyfuel alone, including a triple touch beveling solution available. In the plasma, now we are restricted to only 3 versions, which is called Bevel R, S, and U. The S is presently being sold for the laser application. It's called U because of universal. So maybe next year or year after onwards, the same U can be used for either bevel or the laser, depends upon the customer's choice. So I don't think anybody else in the cutting industry as of today is offering so much of options and for the customer to consider, evaluate in our offering in terms of bevel. So visit our websites and keep joining all our future bevel related seminars as well, and all other seminars as well. You will be given by our team a lot of technical information, and we will be a lot of blogs and videos getting released, and then our team will share with you the links of those so that you can get yourself educated. And then even if you have a small doubt whether to have one or not, reach out to us, and this education will help you to think about using bevel in your company. So we are changing, the whole world is changing. So every company having an opportunity to change in terms of more productivity. So as the seminar title rightly said, is a double your productivity option is available, because always the manual bevel takes time. And most of the companies, they consider using that because the labor is still cheaper, but that is also fast changing. You must have experienced it yourself. The labor is not anymore cheaper. Having said that, what is that we have done to make it affordable to you? 3-4 years back, our bevel, same bevel, the earlier versions were at least 3 times expensive than what it is today. So we did a lot of work in bringing the total beveling cost drastically down, almost 3 times down to what it was before 2019. So that benefit is now available. Affordable solutions are available now, especially on the plasma bevel. The affordable solutions are available. So please consider, and we'll guarantee you that once you properly studied and implemented, the productivity will improve. So use our technical team for clarifying all your questions. Keep writing emails to those people and get yourself clarified, and then give us an opportunity to serve you better with the bevel, to give us an opportunity to help you to increase your productivity. Thank you once again for joining us, and wish you all a very happy evening. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mani sir, for your words of appreciation and gratitude towards our beloved customers. Rohit ji, you have a wonderful question now. I understand your mic is not working. Janak, you can give a brief reply to Rohit ji, and then we will connect to him because
I already replied in chat. It can be done with the plasma application, what he said. But only thing I need is location, so we can study more in detail, and his mobile number, so we can connect.
Yeah, Rohit we have got your email ID. We'll just reply to you and then connect, and then we can have a detailed discussion on that. We are almost 30 minutes plus, so we now close today's proceedings. Very, very, very heartfelt gratitude to all dear customers for joining us right across Middle East, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, and many of you. I have three just quick reminders for you. This is the second major knowledge sharing session that we had with you. The first one was on laser technology. Today we talk of bevel technology, and next month we are again coming to you to explain you about the automated material handling solutions. As you know that these plates are meant for cutting, these machines are meant for your different size plate cuttings, but at times the inward handling of the plate and the outward handling of the finished components take a lot of your time, and you are not able to take the maximum productivity of the machine that you have bought itself. So in such cases, automated handling solutions, which have many options. It's not that it always comes with a long, big towers and storage system. As per your requirement, it can be modulated, and you can opt for some automated solutions that can give you higher productivity through your existing machines. So this program, the third in this series, would be coming next month. And the month after that, Messer India would be hosting its open house, which means virtual platform is good for the knowledge sharing and getting a lot of information. But we mechanical engineers really believe in seeing and actually feeling products and processes and operations. So in the month of September or early October, we would be communicating you. We have an open house for all of you where you can come and see these different processes in action. So next month, a virtual platform for material handling solutions, and the month after that, we all welcome you at our Coimbatore plant. This is for the technology side. But quick small reminder as well that parallelly, for all our customers who are having Messer machines, as you know, there are more than 1,400 machines now working in India itself. We run a preventive maintenance series to continuously, though our service engineers, application guys keep coming to your place, but using this platform, which is so easy to be used, we just keep updating you on the different preventive maintenances that you can do so that your machine component life and overall upkeep of your machine keeps improving. So we already did 3 of these programs, and the next program is also coming up in the first 10 days of the next month. I'll keep you updated on that as well. So we are on LinkedIn, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook. So all our updates, invitation for the new programs keep coming there. So thank you very much. So from here, I sign off from Mumbai. Thank you all my team from Coimbatore and Mumbai for being there. And also thank you Gaurav and Nikhil for the technical part of this program. We didn't have major technical hitch today, so that was really wonderful. Thank you and bye-bye. Have a nice time and take good care of yourself.
Is